In episode 1, we talked about the what and who of the NSE co-location case. Today, we are going into the how. To understand why a few seconds or even microseconds caused a controversy, we have to look under the hood of the NSE co-location.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Info Rush, and this is episode 2, the Colo Blueprint. I am Rudrakshi,
I am Disha.
and in the episode 1, we talked about what NSE is, algo trading, HFT, and what colocation is. Now let's go deeper into the networking and architecture of the system. There are two streams of information or the price feed, the way the information reaches to us. The first is the LDB or the limited depth broadcast. It uses user datagram protocol, and the second was tick by tick data using transmission control protocol or internet protocol. Let's go deeper into the limited depth broadcast. So it uses something called UDP as I mentioned before. Simply put, it broadcasts information to everyone simultaneously, but it only gives a limited snapshot of the market. So it's fair, but not extremely detailed.
And what that means is that if you say open Zerodha or Grow any platform and say you click on a stock and it gives you information, say the bids and offers, but it does not give you the entire information. Say for a particular price point, there are bids and offers that you can see. So you will get only limited depth of that information. So for people who have not availed, say, who are not involved in high frequency trading, for them this depth of information I think is sufficient to trade on. But otherwise, people involved in high frequency trading who have availed the co-location facility, they get a much deeper information. So that is what it means when she said that it's not extremely detailed and has a limited depth.
Right. Now coming to the second method, which was the tick by tick or TBT, I want you all to pay attention to this the most because this was what was used in co-location primarily.
Right.
So a tick simply means any change in the market, such as a new buy order, a new sell order, an order cancellation, a trade execution. Technically, this runs on TCP/IP. So instead of delivering the data simultaneously, it delivers data one by one.
Got it.
So let's go to the trade journey, how the order comes from NSE to us. So the first is the communication gateway or step one maybe. So the system checks things like is the TM authorized, TM as in trading member, does the trader have enough margin? Then it goes to the matching engine. Here, if somebody wants to buy, say, 100 shares at rupees, say, 500, someone else wants to sell 100 shares at rupees 500. Buyer and seller both match, and the order is executed. Now, this information has to reach the trading members. So, how does this information flow to the trading members? Here is where the post trade system enters. In NSE, this system prepares an official trade message, formats it to be sent to the trading members, and sends forward for distribution. This information now reaches the primary data center. So, the PDC comprises of three major things: the receiver, sequencer, and processor. PDC has a receiver which just passes on the data from post rate to the sequencer. Now the sequencer arranges the data in the correct order so it can be processed. Point to be noted is there are a lot of receivers, so it needs to be arranged in a correct order, so thus sequencer. After that, the data flows to the processor where the data is compressed and is ready to be sent to the trading members. But here is one final layer from which the data flows before reaching the TMs, the POP server. After the processor is done, the data hits the POP or the point of presence. Here again it has two roles. One is the receiver. It just receives the data and passes it to the sender. Second is the sender. It sends that data out to the broker servers sitting in the same building or the co-location. Now again here, there are two layers of ranking that we have to understand in this entire system. The POP sender then gets connected to the PDC first, gets ranked first. Say POP1 gets connected to PDC first, so POP1 is ranked 1. This is layer 1 of ranking. Another layer of ranking is within the POP. Because the system was sequential, one by one, the TBT system, each POP sender had a list. So the important point to be noted was that the IP address and the POP servers was allocated by NSE. So trading members could connect to assigned POPs. Say A, B, C were assigned IP address, which is mapped to POP1, and A logged in at 8:01 a.m. and B logged in at 8:02 a.m. Then A was always ranked first. One more point to be noted is for the entire rest of the day, every single price update was sent to the POP sender 1 and in turn A first because it connected first on that day.
Right.
Also, POP with lesser traffic would connect faster.
So I think now that we understand the architecture, let's find out the exact regulatory issues which were looked upon in the next episode and what were its consequences. Till then, stay curious, stay skeptical, and log out smarter.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and follow us on wherever you get your podcasts.